I had a rough day, but that's life, it happens. Woke up on the dark side of my mattress.
With Red Dead Redemption 2, since the amount of VRAM we're working with is so low, you want to go into your task manager and disable any programs that aren't necessary. This is the only way I was able to get this at this resolution, which is 1600 by 1024. The rest of the benchmarks I ran before this one, because it didn't occur to me to free up some memory space. The game dynamically locks you out of certain settings depending on how much VRAM you're using at the moment. So I might have been able to get this up to 1080p, but I didn't want to spend any time figuring out which processes I could run without breaking stuff. Also, I didn't exactly know which programs and processes were eating up VRAM. Additionally, for this resolution, it's the only benchmark I ran with the in-game benchmarking tool. The rest were in-game. Perfectly playable and enjoyable at this resolution. Let's move on. Okay, before I started recording it was at 52 FPS. It's taking a small dip, about 4 FPS. But yeah, it's running fine. This is a G-Sync display. So there's no tearing. There's no hiccups really. It seems like there's a little bit of tearing in the mountains. Okay, I'm gonna bench now. I'm gonna stop recording and bench. So yeah, it looks like 1080p is out for this card. That's due to the 2 gigs of RAM. Looks like for newer games you're gonna need 4 gigs of RAM to even run some of these games. I'm sure the games that will let you crank up the settings even though you go over the VRAM limit will run like garbage. Okay, let's change the settings. Go to 720. VRAM usage is not much lower. It's still near the max of 2 gigs. I wish this MSI Afterburner would automatically change size depending on the resolution. Maybe it does, and I don't know.
Drops down here. Watch yourself.
Okay, I'm gonna stop recording again so I can bench. I just stopped the bench. It was sitting at around 70 FPS for the most part.
Come on. John, where are you?
This doesn't look like it's a very demanding area though. There's only 2 NPCs here, and there's not much as far as assets go. Saw mountains and sky. I'm sure once I hit the town it would.
That's John. You're coming.
Yeah, take a performance hit.
He's down here.
But if I had to play between this and 900, I think I would play it at this resolution. Doesn't look.
That's quite a scratch you got there. Never thought.
Okay, it does look pixelated. Never mind. But still, I would play it like this.
You don't look so good.
Let's go hard mode. I distracted him. Upon launching the game, it said your system does not meet the minimum system requirements. Expect some instability. Taking a very long time to load. This is off of an SSD as well. What, 3 minutes now? Maybe more?
Go get some
okay,
snacks.
so it looks like this game is a no-go.
Soda.
Literally.
I hope
going.
they have ice.
I mean, it was going, but now it looks like it's just
chosen
gone.
the large
Alright,
tub.
I'm calling it.
My
Flight
nipples
sim,
look
no.
like milk duds.
I've got some yellow liquid for your popcorn. And it's non-dairy.
1440p. 100 and freaking 20 FPS.
Radiant's
Yeah,
cheating.
1440p, you're
Tower
fine.
just got wrecked.
I'm thinking League of Legends
Hey,
runs
just so you know,
smoother than
Radiant's
this. I've never
ancients under
played it,
attack.
I'm just
that
assuming.
could really seal the deal.
Shut up, Marty.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
You too, Rick. Alright, so
Radiant just
yeah, I
fortified
won't
their
go any further than
structures.
this.
You know
I
what
don't
I'm
have
talking
this hooked up
about?
to a 4K screen right now. Moving on. 1440p, 34 FPS while not recording. Took a hit of about 2 FPS. But yeah, everything's set to low. I'm not sure what it does once it goes over the limit. when you're actually in game. Maybe it uses a page file or something. But yeah, everything, as you see, set to low, and resolution scaling mode is off. I would not recommend 1440p. Let's see what happens. Dynamic resolution scaling. Target FPS 60, yes, that's good. Okay, so it is at 60 now. Who knows what the actual resolution is on? Oh, it's down to 50. Oh, this is fine. Getting to 40. It's more playable. It's not the smoothest experience, but let's do 1080p. We are sitting at 44 FPS now. 45. To be honest, it looks higher. It looks closer to 60. Yeah, this is more than playable and enjoyable at 1080p. I'm sure you'd get it smoother if you do. Let's do it. Your resolution scaling. Let's do dynamic. And instead of 60, let's aim for 120. Okay, so now the resolution is, you can actually notice it lower. Especially, yeah, that looks pretty blurry right there. Step up to it, it's a little bit better. Just to practice on my aim. So yeah, 1080p dynamic, it's smoother. Looks, you can notice the resolution drop more than in what is it, 1440p? Much more noticeable. The frag grenade gradually recharges over time. Space to dismiss. Okay, cool. Frag grenade, we're gonna get some frags, yeah. The Kaka Demon, oh, the Kako Demon. If you can fire a stick bomb or frag grenade into its mouth, it instantly staggers. What if I cup a fart in my hand and put it in his mouth? Ah! Oh, jump! Double jump! What happened? I did jump. Okay, that's why. Because I hit the jump button coming off of the pipe and it automatically does that for you. So I had wasted the double jump as soon as I got off the pipe. What are you fighting? What's going on, guys? Come on. Oh, there he is. Yeah! Resolution scaling off. We are looking at 48 still. Is that what it was in 1080p? Might be the area I'm at. Looks like the game, I think most games do, bring down the detail on things that are far away, but for some reason I'm noticing it more right now on the NPCs. But yeah, this plays fine. Am I out of everything? Oh no! Where's my fists? Let's get some weaklings. Oh! go. Ah. Damn it. I want a side dodge. Doom, next Doom, please do it. It's not already in this game as in one of those upgrades. Look at that. Double tap to the right, to dodge right.
Targets.
Yeah, I feel like I'm playing Mirror's Edge. Seems to be slight tearing. No, this is a G-Sync compatible display. CPU usage is at about 30% on a 16-thread Ryzen 7 3700X. No. Okay, right there it did look like 60. When I think about 60 FPS, I always think about Dreamcast games, since most of them, that was the first console to have many games at 60 FPS. Why are you locked? I want to unlock you. Let's do 1080. Apply. Alright, so 1080p, we're sitting at 40 FPS now indoors. It's not very pretty. Looks like less than, oh yeah, it gets below 30 there. But even at 40, it didn't look like it was even running at 30 FPS. Okay, can't do 900, that sucks. Let's do 1587 by 893. Looks a little bit smoother while recording. Looks as it should.
Requesting recon.
It's a lot of walking around and camping. Oh, he's got the juice. Ah, 720, 60 FPS. Ah, for half a second. Maybe indoors. Anywhere from mid-40s on low end to 50 on average. 60 plus on the high
Actual, I need
end.
recon of the area. Over. Okay.
RAM is up to 14 gigs again? Run some actual benches now and I'll throw the results up. Looks like I messed up. I had it in borderless full screen. I thought I had changed it to exclusive full screen. I eventually benchmarked in exclusive full screen at 1440, 1080, and 900p. Here are the results with the length of the benchmarks in seconds. I'm putting the bench length because they were short, so might yield an unrecognizable result if the bench were run longer and with more people on screen. In other words, take it with more than a grain of salt. Starting with 1440, we see an average of nearly 30 FPS with the 1% and 0.1% lows at sitting near 20. It's pretty disgusting and I wouldn't recommend it. 1080 wasn't exactly butter smooth. but it wasn't sandpaper either. Near 40 on the average, 30 on the 1%, and the 0.1% taking a huge hit at 6.5 FPS. That was a major hiccup, but it was only one throughout the whole benchmark. If I had to take a wild guess, aside from that major hiccup, I would say the 0.1% low was at infinity, but not beyond. 720p almost got us to 60 FPS, but not quite. It was the most smoothest, albeit the least detailed experience. AC Odyssey at 1440. VRAM usage is just under the max of 2048 at 2009. Took a pretty big dip right there once I started recording. Oof, this does not look good. FPS, 25, 1440p, everything low. Let's see, I'm gonna stop recording. Yeah, it didn't really improve much at all once I stopped, so 1440p is a no-go. Look at that, 18 FPS, 20. Maybe on the ground it'll be more tolerable. I'm not sure if that's a worst case scenario right there. Let's see, 1920 by 1080, let's go. Okay, here we go, 1080. Okay, so it looks like we went from what, 18, looking at all this terrain here, up to 24, 25. Yeah, it looks better. Alrighty, let's change it again, go to 720p. This is playable here, at least on this cliff. I decided to do 900p instead first. Oh, looks much smoother, a little more pixelated, but yeah, the trees look, they're looking 8-bit. But yeah, 45, 50, looking at the sky, looking at the terrain, which sees an impact, a negative impact. 45, 43. Alright, let's see what 720 gets us. Here we go, 720. Ooh, 60. 59, 58. Nice. Looking at the terrain, looking at the sky, hits us, gets us to above 70. Okay, let's get into some civilization here. Oh, looks like there's people walking around. Yeah, you can still see them barely. Looks like one of those old RTS games. Oops, how do I get down? Climb! There we go. Shift is to climb. No! Oh, was that supposed to have killed me? And I just like glitched out on the rock or something? Oh, maybe I should not have let go of the shift key. Oh, you're not supposed to hold on to it. It's just a bad habit, I guess. Oop. Oops, I keep pressing space to jump. It's a lot easier getting up than getting down, that's for sure. I are too close to my target. B to call Icarus. Okay. Oh, that's right. It's supposed to be sneaky. Okay, so with the bird down here, I'm not sure if those are statues. Yeah, statues. How can I perch? Stationary mode. Oh. No, that's set marker. There we go. That's stationary mode. How can I land?
It's my farm. I can plant what I want.
The grapes will die here. All of them.
You have to forget what you know about the past, my friend. Together, we will revolutionize winemaking. Believe me, you will look back on this day and... Cassandra, thank the gods. Phoebe found you in time.
About grapes.
I can still hear you.
ACO, I would stick to either 720 or 900p. I wouldn't go beyond that. Let's do training again, because it's been quite a while, and I forgot what everything is. I'm gonna bring down everything that it says impacts the GPU load. These last two says CPU load, so I'm leaving those high. CPU and GPU load. Disable. Okay, so we're sitting at
Welcome to Apex
90
Legends.
FPS.
I am Bloodhunder. You can call me Bloodhound. Let us begin with basic movement.
Looks like there's a
Complete
little
the
bit of tearing
checklist on
here.
your HUD.
I wonder if VSync, double buffered, adaptive, there we go. Okay, looks a little bit better. Looks like there's still a little bit of, I don't know, I guess I would call it micro tearing.
Follow me. Sliding down hills increases speed.
Sitting at 60 FPS here.
Inside the territories,
70.
you can find supply bins that carry weapons and resources you will need to survive. Open one.
Looks like this game is pretty well optimized then.
Grab your supplies.
Not that this GPU is a slouch, but it's, when it was
Your HUD
released,
will
it
show
wasn't
what you
even
have
clear, you
equipped.
know.
Follow the
Entry level.
checklist to access and cycle through your inventory.
Okay. Ordnance.
The battle calls upon you. Slaughter as many targets as you wish.
Looks like I forgot to record footage for 720p, but I did grab the benchmark numbers, which you see on screen. We have a 90.2% average frame rate with a 1% of 76.0 and 0.1% of 72.6. Butter all around, baby. It was good before and it's even gooder now, especially if your display is 75 Hertz. It's so good. I did edit this video with the GTX 950 using DaVinci Resolve, and just as I was about to render it, it came up with this error saying my VRAM was full. Up until now, I had mostly been rendering with a Vega 56. I had heard that NVIDIA was better as far as working with video because of the CUDA cores. Pretty sure what that means. But comparing the GTX 950 to the Vega 56, it's moving stuff, copying stuff, adding stuff into the timeline. I didn't expect the GTX 950 to perform so well, but then again, I didn't really know what to expect. The thing I noticed most was when I would press play, the video would start playing almost immediately, even if it was a little rough to start with the frame rate taking dips. Whereas with the Vega 56, sometimes it would take a while for the video to start playing, and it would also have choppiness itself. Off the top of my head, I can't remember which one was choppier, but yeah, GTX 950, not bad at all. Unless you're talking about 1080p and 1440p in certain situations. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this one. I hope this helps somebody. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Every day can't be the best day. Do what you can right now, don't hesitate.